Good day, I'm Carrie Ann Smith and this is your JIS News for Thursday, December 24. The Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay has marked another major milestone, having the largest number of airline passengers passing through its airport in any single day. A release from the Tourism Ministry reports that 8 days into the start of the 2015-2016 winter tourist season, airport officials and other stakeholders witnessed the flow of 17,500 passengers through check-in, immigration and customs. The arrivals at the airport represented a 20% increase over the corresponding period last year. The increase has been attributed to several factors, including marketing of Jamaica as the destination of choice and working with various tour operators. The Chief Executive Officer of MBJ Airports, operators of Sangster International, confirmed that 98 flights for the day was an absolute record. The flights included 20 long-haul runs from Germany and the United Kingdom. Medical tourism legislation is scheduled to be passed in Parliament within the first quarter of 2016. Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce Anthony Hilton says a lot of work has been done on the draft policy, including the national quality infrastructure and the marketing framework for the industry. Minister Hilton was speaking recently at Jamaica Promotions Corporation's Medical Tourism Lecture Series. He said the goal was to leverage the country's competitive advantage and create the necessary environment for investment in the sector.
The Fiscal Incentive Act of 2013 provides for reduced customs duty, stamp duty, and corporate income tax rates, as well as a list of items that can be brought into the island duty-free. These incentives are available to both recovery hotels and medical and wellness facilities.
In 2014, Jamaica ranked second in the medical tourism industry as the most attractive country. Climate Change Minister Robert Pickersgill says the 21st Conference of the Parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, held in Paris, France recently, was a success. At a press conference on December 18, Minister Pickersgill said the agreements finalized at the conference would have short, medium and long-term impact on the island. Those agreements included a long-term temperature goal of below 1.5 degrees Celsius. Jamaica reiterated its call for a binding climate change agreement and recognition of the specific needs of small island developing states and low-lying developing states. The island's delegation also called for financing for adaptation and mitigation activities.
The objectives of the region were largely met. Loss and damage from climate change is now treated separately from adaptation. The text is explicit in its reference to the permanent housing of a mechanism to address loss and damage.
The Ministry of Local Government and Community Development has made good on its promise to effect the necessary changes to prevent another major fire at the Riverton disposal site. Following a recent tour of the site, Portfolio Minister Noel R. Scott said just under $70 million had been spent on covering the disposal site, acquiring fire suppressant equipment and removing tires. Methane extractions, re-establishing tipping cells, constructing a concrete access road, and only opening 3 acres of the site at any given time are also underway.
Many of these targets have been met, with others at advanced stages of implementation, and the government has so far spent just under $70 million. This has made the facility far less prone to outbreaks of large fires.
The minister said Riverton's waste scale facility would be restored by January 2016 to facilitate accurate measurement of the waste being brought to the site. And in addition to repairing fences at the disposal site, the military is carrying out regular patrols of the 120-acre property, making it harder for arsonists to work.
It is intended to eventually have joint teams permanently established and a contingent from the police and the military operating there. I've also been proposing, and I hope we can do some implementation using the technology that currently exists to monitor the site.
And finally, the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, is undertaking a comprehensive plan of action to deal with persons living in vulnerable areas. Local Government Minister Noel R. Scott says a comprehensive list of vulnerable communities is being compiled and will form part of a national plan to treat those areas.
After we have developed the list, we are going to look at what are the best methods that we can find to relocate some persons or to build some resilience in terms of the infrastructure, such as gabion and dredging and so on. So it will be a comprehensive program to educate as well as relocate persons in the vulnerable area.
The minister was speaking following a tour of flood-affected areas in eastern Portland recently. He used the occasion to call on parish councils to stop persons from building houses in vulnerable areas. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Carrie Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.